Alright, welcome. My name is Javier Lugo and I draw comics. What I'm doing today, I'm starting a a series of short videos showing me sketching the ideas of the day. This is the first week of February of 2018, and I got a couple of suggestions earlier this morning and earlier this week. So this morning I'm attempting to draw Thanos, Batman, American Eagle, and Poison Ivy. So that's four quick sketches I'm going to work on. Okay. All right. So let's start off with Thanos. I'm going to do the comic book version, not the movie version. Movie version requires too many details that must be exact, and it's a sketch. I don't have time for that. So what I'm going to start off with is trying to figure out Thanos doing what. Is he taking a step forward? Is he in his full power? Um, you know what? I can always talk about these things and sketch them out as I work. So let me just start with, I don't know, some kind of curve, okay? Curve is action. So let's say I put his head over here and the rest of his body down here. Okay, and I'm using blue line. I don't know why, but it just helps me. Alright, and I got my basic sketch right there. Now Thanos has a certain body style, in which is very heavy on the top. Very thickly muscled body, and gigantic hands as well. Okay, and a small, short torso, wide as well. Yeah. In the aesthetic of, Mr. Kirby. Yeah, that's a good basic sketch, but he's not really doing anything here except taking a step forward. So I'm not really going to put much more effort onto this. Okay? Um, now that was just about a minute, so that's not too bad. If I don't like it, heck, I don't even have to erase it. If I don't like it, I could just scratch it and just use a different piece of paper. Here's something when I was teaching art, I would do. I would have kids come up with very small little pantomimes and work their way until they found a pose that they liked. So let's see, I wanted to do Thanos punching. So of course, if I'm going to do this, really attractive, like really in your face, I'll put the fist big, and then his face somewhere in the back there, right? Like he just punched you out, right? Man, I can't even draw a star this morning. Wow. Alright. Well, that's not too bad. But does Thanos really punch somebody out? It's not in his character. His character is more of a, I plot and I scheme and I only take action if I got no other recourse. So I wouldn't see him punching somebody, literally punching somebody out. So let's try Thanos again. Maybe looking down on you with disdain? Like you're not even worth looking at? I don't know. Let me keep trying this. Let me see which one would work. I like that upward look. Maybe a bit with him more actively doing something. I like the action of this, but I like this panel. This upward look. Huh. Let's try him inspecting one of the gems, I guess. Yeah, bring it to eye level, I guess. I don't know. That's not really working for me. Think about Thanos is Thanos is a very physically imposing specimen. He's a very formidable physical presence. But truly what you should be fearing is the plotting that he's done. So maybe I just need to put him with his arms crossed. Maybe looking up at you. That's not a bad idea. Maybe you're beneath his attention. Till he notices you in the room. Decides to destroy you. Obliterate you. See, but it doesn't show off his body. Okay, I'm getting something. Let's see, maybe I can just have him looking off to the right. After having vanquished his foes. Okay, he'd probably have a smaller head than that. There you go. Short arms. There you go. Yeah, that may actually work. Now, his fallen foes. Tell you what, since it's a single character sketch, let's just leave it right here. Make his back even more impressive. There you go. I guess if I make his head even smaller, he'll appear even more impressive. There you go. Alright, so I think that's a very workable situation. And then we can just have some angles here. And I don't know, we could put maybe some defeated, unnamed foe. Maybe a sword here and a hand holding on to it. Maybe even a shield, right? Yeah, that's the one that works. I like the space around here. Alright, so that, my friends, is going to be Thanos. Okay? Now this is a quickie, just trying to figure out what pose to do him in. I'm gonna go ahead and redraw him in a minute, but let me move on to my next subject. My next subject is gonna be Batman, and Batman is pretty, you know, he's easy, but his face is hard. It's weird. I can pose him all day long, but drawing his face always gives me trouble. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start sketching him out. Now what is what does he do? He leaps, he jumps, he glides, he holds on to his cord, and I don't know, whatever he does. You know what, let me show him mid-leap, leaping between one building and the next. Yeah, let's do that. So let's suppose this is one building and this is another one. And he's leaping from here to here. So do I draw him at the beginning of the action? Do I draw him at the end of the action? Or do I draw him in the middle? Of course, the middle one is it's probably the one I would like to do. It's a storytelling device called in media res. Now this is a very old term. I think it's Latin. No, I did not learn this in the old ages, in the dark ages. I learned this in school. It's called in the middle of the resolution. So, in here I'm going to catch him in the middle of his action. So if he were to leap here, if I'm thinking like a parkour, he's probably got his foot extended forward, and then this one he used to leap from the building. And when this foot is forward, this arm is back, and this arm is forward. And his cape, do one of these. The cape should indicate where he was when he leapt. And so should this back foot kind of point to where he was. Alright, now the proportions of his head are kind of off, but I think that's not bad. But not bad doesn't mean that it's good enough to sketch, to do a final drawing here. Let me try, instead of looking down, I'm going to do a profile. Alright, let's try that. Okay, well, I'm trying to pose him. I'm kind of using like my standard figure here to or should I do it just here? No. There you go. You want to evoke the bat. There you go. And let's say if I were to J-Lee it, right, which is just use the angular patterns here set up. Alright, let's see how good this looks in silhouette. I mean, it looks, if this were the floor, it looks like he's taking a knee. Nope, maybe keep going. Maybe drawing him sideways would do the trick, like so. His foot was still point downward. Yeah, that actually may work a little bit better. And then just have his cape going back. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's a pose I can live with. That's a pose that I can actually get into. Very good. Alright, so at some point I'm going to have to fix his head here. Because I want to draw him like with his head kind of tilted forward. There you go. Maybe that's too tilted forward. Exaggerated ears. There you go. That's kind of what I want. I'll put the bat symbol right there. Maybe have this hand kind of coming out to you. Yeah, I guess that'll sell the 3D-ness of it. Yeah, a little bit more. Maybe have this leg a little bit. Alright, maybe this head just a little bit more forward here. There you go. There, that works. Alright. And then this will all be black. And that's my Batman. Alright, good. Okay, so moving on to the next sketch, I'm supposed to do American Eagle. American Eagle is one of my own characters. I co-own it with Jesse Hansen. So let me go ahead and sketch that out. Let me take a look at how much time I got left on this. Hold on. let's see. I got 12 minutes. That's fine. All right. So American Eagle is a character that flies. He has metallic wings. He's a war veteran, a Vietnam War veteran, and a superhuman. So, of course, in this case, that makes things easier. He's going to be flying. So, flying, is he taking off? Is he flying? Is he landing? Is he twisting in the air? I don't know. Well, that's the whole point of sketching that out. So let's try, I don't know, let's try sketching it out here. Okay, we can have him just looking. This is fist. There you go, that's a nice pose. Okay. Alright, so the eye level is here, so that's my horizon line also. So everything here is kind of going downwards. Okay, that's not bad. That's a good pose right there. I can make that work for American Eagle. Okay, what's my next one? Ah, Poison Ivy. Oh, female. Oh boy. Alright. Traditionally speaking, females are harder. Because as a guy, I observe men in action in sports and wrestling and everything else. It's not so easy to observe females in action, like leaping and jumping and such, unless, you follow, sports like track and field and swimming and gymnastics and such, which I normally don't. So, which I have to get better at. So let me go ahead and draw Poison Ivy. Now, Poison Ivy is a seductress. So that's what she does. So I'm not going to draw her skinny and thin, and I'm going to make her voluptuous. Her body language should say, pay attention to me. So that way she can do her criminal stuff. So, how do I do that exactly? Now, does she have a prop of some kind? She doesn't, does she? I mean, Harley has her little mallet. The Joker has his fake gun or his squirting flower from his jacket, from his lapel. But Poison Ivy has plants. So I guess she controls them psychically? Okay. Suddenly I got a desire to draw her hand. Kind of doing one of these things. Like holding a puppet of some kind.